Good morning. Welcome. I'm Karen Miller, and I'm the Executive Director for Texas Legal Services Center, and we're so glad that you all came out today to help us celebrate the launch of our 45th Texas Law Help Legal Kiosk, and the very first legal kiosk to be launching in a Travis County courthouse. We started our kiosk program at the very tail end of the pandemic to help vulnerable Texans gain reliable access to the internet and computers and printers and legal resources back when the courthouses were closed and they were having to attend court virtually. And then as the courthouses have opened back up again, they've really come to symbolize legal aid right into the communities where people need them. And we're so excited to form this partnership with Judge Jeffers and the staff of JP5 to bring this resource here to Travis County and live out the vision that Judge Jeffers has to make this courthouse an access point for the Travis County community to be able to access legal services more easily and seamlessly. The kiosk basically provides a portal to legal forms and legal information, and even the ability to chat with attorneys so that people can be prepared to meaningfully participate in their legal cases. And we've noticed that throughout Texas and the 44 others that we have launched, that this has really been a bridge for the justice gap to bringing people to the resources that they need and really allowing them to access justice in a much more meaningful way. So we're so excited to start this collaboration with Judge Jeffers, and I invite her to come up and share her vision with all of you.
Thank you, Karen. We should all care about access to justice. What do I mean about access? Simply put, that you are able to use the legal system to plan your life and resolve any disputes that you may have. Let me see a show of hands. Who has ever signed a rental agreement for a car or an apartment or a home? Anybody? Yes? Who has ever bought insurance for anything? Anybody? Yes? Who knows someone who has been divorced? Thank you for that. Almost everybody, right? But if you've done any of these things, you've done something that could lead to a legal issue. Research shows that 45% of adults have had a legal problem in the last 3 years alone, and the vast majority did not go to a lawyer to deal with that problem. Now, with average lawyer rates in the general marketplace being in the hundreds of dollars per hour, that's not surprising. But by dealing with it alone, it can lead to poor health outcomes, undue stress, worsening of the legal outcome, or giving up and accepting an injustice. We should all care about access to justice because most of us will have a legal problem at some point in our lives. An additional reason to care, the most severely affected by legal issues are those at or near the margins of our society, those with the fewest resources, our vulnerable communities, the indigent, our immigrant communities. Being able to stand up to an injustice is the cornerstone of our legal system. So we appreciate being able to bring this legal kiosk to our downtown Austin community here at Heman Sweat. And we sincerely appreciate the Texas Legal Resource Center in aiding us in doing so. Thank you again. Next, I am proud to introduce a champion of policies that create more opportunity for people everywhere. Councilmember Ryan Alter, District 5.
Good morning. Thank y'all so much. I had the privilege of working at this historic courthouse a few years back. I was a staff attorney here and got to see firsthand the difference between someone who showed up prepared and someone who didn't. And in this building, we dealt with very serious issues: someone's home, someone's car, their ability to get to work, insurance, divorce, family matters, things that touch our personal lives so critically. And when someone knows the rules and has the right forms, they're just in a better position to defend themselves and advocate for their rights than when they show up unprepared. And so I am so excited for what we have here today, bringing access to justice to more people. I am hopeful that we can do this throughout the city. We have, of course, our court system, the community court, and we need to do more to help people advocate for themselves and ultimately protect their self-interest. You know, if somebody loses their home and becomes homeless, that's now an issue that the city is dealing with. If someone loses their means of transportation, that becomes a public issue. And so we are all responsible for making sure that people have the type of access that they need. And I just can't thank the work that is being done here today and Judge Jeffers for hosting this here at JP5. And with that, I would like to invite, I was not going to mess it up, Betty Bayi Torres, the Executive Director of the Texas Access to Justice Foundation.
Good morning, everyone. I love seeing a full house. Thank you, Council Member Alters, and to other members of the community. I know I saw Judge Chu here somewhere. There he is a staunch advocate of access to justice. We are so proud, Karen, to be a part of this important moment that celebrates the launch of the Travis County Legal Kiosk. Several years ago, the foundation engaged in strategic planning, and part of that planning, one of our priorities was we need to fund programs that meet the community where they are. And so what we did is we met with the Texas Legal Services Center, talked about various programs, including the kiosk, and we are so proud to have this as the 45th kiosk statewide. Now, we at the Access to Justice Foundation believe that access to justice should never depend on your income, where you live, or if you have access to technology. The legal kiosk is a pathway for those who need it most. And this is more than about installing technology. It's about meeting people where they are. It's about removing barriers like not having a reliable device, not having internet access, and not having reliable and dependable free legal help. Now, civil legal aid is often the difference, and this is what you were talking about, Councilman, between keeping a home or losing it, resolving a dispute, or falling deeper into crisis. With legal support, families are safer, communities are stronger, and the promise of justice becomes real. The foundation is proud to fund programs like this because we have seen that when barriers are removed, there is access to justice. We are grateful to the Texas Legal Services Center and your team, to Judge Jeffers, to Travis County, and to the community for supporting this effort and for being committed to the promise of justice. Thank you.
Councilmember Alter, I'll do you one better. When I was a brand new reference attorney right here in Travis County back in 2001, my desk was actually sitting right there where the kiosk is. So we have come full circle, and I'm so excited that we are launching this today, bringing these resources right back to this room, to this community, and to Judge Jeffers and to the court in JP5. We're grateful, Judge Jeffers, for you and for your leadership and your vision. And Councilmember Alter, thank you so much for your support, and Betty and the foundation and the Supreme Court as well. We are so grateful for all of the support that we get to be able to be engaged in access to justice. Thank you all again for coming out today. Please take some time and play with the kiosk. It's a really fantastic tool. And we're going to do ribbon cutting first.